Hi there, welcome to AI Python. Hope you are doing great and enjoying this video series in which you are learning to build a desktop app called Vaccine Availability Checker from scratch in Python using tkinter library. This is the 8th video of this series, and in this video you will learn to create a checkbox and program the checkbox in such a way that whenever a user clicks on the checkbox, it will automatically fetch the today's date, which is the current date, and insert the same date into the date entry field. This is additional option over and above the manual entry. That means user can make a manual entry, can write the date, or can directly use this checkbox to fetch the current date or today's date into that date entry field. And this process will help you make your search bit faster. So let me demonstrate the working of the checkbox in the app, and by the end of this video, you will also be able to do by your own. After this video, you will be able to create this kind of app which has additional functionality as compared from the last video, and which is this button, this checkbox button. So when you click on this checkbox button, you see today's date, which is 25th of July. It will be inserted in this format here automatically. And so this helps you directly fetch the today's date, right? By just clicking on this checkbox. And further on, let's say if you want to change the date, it is very convenient for you to change the date, let's say from today to tomorrow, right? And this is what you will be able to achieve by the end of this video. You will able to create this checkbox with the label first, and then you will able to program it in such a way that when you check on this button, it will give you the today's date. And this is not applicable only for this project. If you know such things like using a checkbox and fetching certain things with the help of checkbox, it can further be extended beyond this project, and you can use it across any of the project in your domain, right? If you are learning something new from these videos, or if it is helping you to acquire a new skill, then I would urge you to please hit the like button, which will indicate that you are enjoying the content, and it gives us the signal to produce such content more often. Pause for a moment and like this video. You can also browse all the previous video of this playlist from the link available in the I button displayed at the top right corner of this video right now, as well as I have also provided the link in the description. A fully functional and 100% working version of this software for Windows is also available for absolutely free at our website aipython.in. Download the software from the link available in the description. So let's get started to create a checkbox on the GUI and write a logic behind it. So we'll do two things. First one, we will create a checkbox. So the checkbox will have a label called today, and then we will create a function that will basically fetch the current date and put it into the date entry field once the user click on that checkbox. All right. So agenda is clear. Let's get started and understand how to create a check button. So a checkbox in essentially in tkinter is called check button. It is defined with the name check button, and this method will allow you to create a checkbox. Let's for the moment just don't consider line number 109. I will tell you why. First start with line number 110, and it says I have created one variable called today underscore date underscore checkbox. So this variable will hold this checkbox, right? And to create the checkbox, here are the parameters that we need. We'll be writing check button, and then it requires certain parameters. So first one is the container app, like this check button is directly reside inside the application. So I'll write app, which is the root window, and then what is the text that you want to display against that checkbox, right? Or check button. So here text parameter, this is called keyword argument. So keyword is text, and then you can write anything here. By default it is blank, and then you can write today. That will basically put a today's label just in front of the checkbox. The next one is BG, which signifies background color, right? And I have given this particular background color, which is already defined here top right frame background, right? As you have seen, we have used it across many places. So this has a specific color which is assigned on this variable. I can directly use this color. And why I'm using it? Because I want this checkbox to be matched with my already existing frame, right? That's otherwise, if you are not using any frames or if you are using a blank GUI background, then you can avoid using this one. And the next one is variable. And this variable will basically help you to fetch the value from the checkbox as well as write the value into the checkbox. It requires some variable, and that's why I've created a variable called checkbox underscore today's underscore var, which store an integer value. Either can be 0 or it can be 1. This is int var and it is already defined. You can't change the name, and you also be sure that it is I is capital and V is capital, right? And then you can use this int var method to initialize this variable. So this can store either 0 or 1, right? In integer format. So, and we'll be using this checkbox variable against this variable keyword argument, right? Okay. And then we also define on value. So what would be the value when the checkbox is clicked? It should be 1 definitely, because I'm using int var, and off value equal to 0, which is understood. And then it comes like command. So what should it execute? Like when I click on the checkbox, what this checkbox should do? This can be defined using a function, which we will see in just a moment. And for the time being, I've already created function whose name is insert underscore today underscore date. This command will basically insert today's date once clicked, right? So this is how you build the check button. Your check button is created now, but you need to place it as you have seen in my earlier videos also. So after creating it, I'll be placing this checkbox. To place this checkbox, I'll use a method called dot place, the name of the variable, which is today's underscore date underscore checkbox, dot place, and you have to provide some value of x and y. In my case, I have already calculated this to be 375 for x and 65 for y. I want to place the checkbox just beneath the date field. That's why I've used this one. You can try out with different combination of x and y, and wherever you want to place the checkbox, just calculate those pair of x and y, and then you can use that. So that's it. We have created our checkbox and placed the checkbox in our application, right? This will not do anything. It will just simply be clicked. Check will appear on the box, but it will not do anything, right? So in order to make something happen, we will define this function, which already we have defined here, just the name, right? Now we will see what is there in the function, and this is the second part. Second part means this is the GUI, or you can say front end, and this is the logic behind it, right? So what we are doing here is, first we are creating a raw TS as defined here in the update clock also. If you have seen our previous video, you would have understand why we are using date time module and other things. In case if you wanted to check it out, you can check that previous video, and the link for the same is available in the top right corner of this video in the form of I button right now, as well as the link is also available in the description. Okay, do check out that video. A raw TS will store the current time using datetime.now, and IST is basically for the time zone, which I've also covered in the last video. It will hold the current timestamp generated from the system. Okay. Then I'll use another variable called formatted now. So this formatted now, it will format the current timestamp according to the application. So in my application or in this application, it requires timestamp or the date in the particular format, which is d-m-y, and this formatting is also available. You can refer the string formatting. I will also provide the link for the documentation of string formatting in this video, and you can check it out. Okay, once this is done, so now this formatted date is holding this value and it is extracting the timestamp and converting the particular timestamp into this format. Once the information is available in this variable, I'll use date underscore text underscore variable. This is essentially for that particular field which is used to display the date, right? So I am using dot set method to put this collected date, which is automatically fetched from the system into that date entry field, right? So I will grab this information and set means set the value of that text box, which is a date field, with this information, right? So once a user click on this button, basically this checkbox, this will trigger this function, and this function in turn do these things, right? Take the timestamp and extract the date from the timestamp, convert the date into the particular format, and push the particular date into the date field. All right, I hope you understand. That's it for this video. I hope you have learned something new in this video. Please help us by sharing this video in your network. We read each comment and reply them. In case if you have any doubt related to this video, then do write them in the comment section. We will reply. See you next time with another exciting and informative content. I'll be preparing the next video for you. Till then, keep learning and keep growing.